I often get asked, what does it feel like when you're in that stage of deep learning? What does it feel like when you're solving problems towards your burning desire, or solving problems towards your deep desire, your passionate desire? Now think about this. Do you remember the last time you had some kind of victory? A simple victory. I played cards yesterday with a friend and I won and I felt really good. Even that moment, that moment where I won in a game of cards, my brain got excited, got really excited. And so when that happens, and it happens a lot, your brain starts to become enriched. The reason why nothing much happens with those little type of moments is because we're not consistent. We then turn around, it didn't mean much, we felt good for that moment. Notice every single little victory that you have enriches you, makes you feel great, and you're adding enrichment, you're adding something that's of high quality to your brain. And so I wrote this today. Ecstasy, and I'm not talking about the drug, okay? Ecstasy in the brain, ecstatic brain, joyfulness in that brain is the deep learning growth mindset. If you can keep your brain at that level consistently for a longer period of time, not only are you elevating your life, not only are you elevating your life in every single aspect of your life, not only will your life overall be enriched and you'll feel unbelievable, you will feel ecstatic, you will feel that joyfulness, but you will also then start doing some amazing stuff. You'll start creating some amazing stuff because you're solving problems towards your ecstatic desire. Because when that desire is ecstatic, when it's your real desire, when you're chasing something and that desire is so real, your brain is then becoming enriched. It's becoming more powerful. It's becoming enshrined. It's growing. It's developing. It's not going backwards. And when the brain starts to feel that and it's consistent, it wants more. It wants more. And the goal is to become addicted to deep learning, because an addiction to deep learning is addiction to growth, is addiction to a better life, is an addiction to everything that you ever wanted in life, to be the best version of yourself, which is limitless. And so anything outside that falls into the safe, easy comfort zone, which is what the traditional flawed education system created, a world full of surface learning, fixed mindsets. And what's a fixed mindset? A lot of people came out of the education system with a self-label because the teacher told them, because some teacher told the parent, because of some flawed grading system, and said, hey, you're not that smart. You're a D student. You're an E student. Hey, you're an A student, so don't make mistakes because you'll be a B student. And so many people came out of a system, an education system that was flawed. And unfortunately, they kept the same learning model for the rest of their life. And your brain is too smart. Your brain knows more than what you think. Your brain now, when it feels anxiety and stress, when it feels like a victim, the reason the brain now diverts itself and gets a little bit of excitement because it goes onto social media is because 99% of media and social media, everything is all negative. And so that releases dopamine in your head, but it's the wrong dopamine, because we need now some more excitement. And now, when people say, oh, but you're a victim, oh, look, you're a victim, and oh no, the system was against you, it makes us feel really good, because then it gives us someone else a target. And it's wrong, it's bad for the brain. Because all it does, it regresses us, makes us feel even worse. Because when you're feeling like you are a victim of something, and it's the reason why you are where you are is because of something else other than maybe a system that gave you a fixed mindset, okay? And you can change that. You can change that straight away. It's not that hard. And I know for a fact that deep learning and the practices of deep learning and being consistent in deep learning has changed my life forever. And the way I would never have been doing these videos. For example, I'm involved in 3 to 4 different AI projects at the moment. So once the brain, like anything, feels that taste, and you've experienced it, even the moment the day you learned to tie your shoelace, even the moment the day you scored that goal in that match, and that moment where you jumped up and you felt fantastic. You had this moment, ecstatic joyfulness. You won a game, or you're a goalkeeper, you did that amazing save, and you felt that joyfulness. The key is that joyfulness and that ecstasy happened because you had some kind of victory. And that's what the brain is looking for. And when you are solving problems towards a desire, and an ecstatic desire, or a deep desire, what happens is that moment of solving problems, and you're getting a little bit of a victory, and you're going to fail, and you're going to make mistakes, because deep learning is about making mistakes and failing and solving problems. Because when you're taking risks, you're actioning on things that you do not have skill sets or knowledge to do so in the beginning. Think about why you had to learn to tie your shoelace. Think about it. At the beginning, you probably didn't know how to tie your shoelace, but then you had to learn to tie your shoelace because you needed to run. You needed to put your shoes on and run, otherwise you'd fall and hurt yourself. Or maybe you did fall and hurt yourself because you didn't tie your shoelace properly. And over a period of time, there was a problem, and you had to solve that problem to complete a desire. And deep learning education is like that. It does do it like that, but in a consistent way, because this is a proven fact that when we can keep the brain in this ecstatic and joyful moment, in this ecstatic, not only are we enriching it, not only are we growing the neurons and everything around it, and it's becoming shiny and richer and thicker. But when it gets to that level of thinking and problem solving and growth, and you experience this firsthand, you don't go backwards. You want more of it. You want more of that dopamine. That is a dopamine release in your brain that you actually want. Because that dopamine hit of the brain is the brain where it's saying, yes, I want more of that, because every single genius has had this. So that's why they've managed to change the world. That's why deep learners change the world, because they are creative. They are solving the problem. They're not scared to make mistakes. Unlike the flawed system, which gave you that fixed mindset, which basically said to you, hey, if you're not very good at memorizing information, you're not going to do well in your exam, so you're a D student. And someone that is really good at memorizing, he's going to get an A because he had a good memory. But that memory doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't tell me anything about solving problems. In fact, too much data in your head is actually regressing your brain. It's hurting your brain. And especially in this world, in the era of AI. Because in the era of AI, and I don't believe the education systems are ready yet, the new world that's coming now, and it's here, it's arrived, it's here now, and almost every industry, AI automation is there. It's going to be there somewhere. So there's a lot of jobs we know that are going to be gone. And the future of the kids is the system teaching the kids of tomorrow. Does it have the capacity to teach the kids of tomorrow in this new AI era, because in this new AI era, the one skill set that you must have as a minimum, as a necessity, is the deep learning skills and a deep learning mindset, the capacity and the ability to learn things deeply, the capacity and the ability to learn complex things deeply. Because if you have that skill in this changing era, and your kids have that skill in this changing era, that is the skill that's going to elevate them and you towards the new superhuman. Because the new superhuman in this era is about deep learning humans aligning with deep learning AI to create superhumans. And that is where I see not just the future of humans and the future of AI, but the future of humanity.